there's a very high need to legalize, inspect, and monitor spaza shops, even street vendors. But how do you monitor street vendors? How do you inspect street vendors? Like on a day-to-day basis, do you know how many people are selling in the street, doing business in the street? But apparently it should be done, and it can be done. And those who are not complying with the law must close down their shops. Whether you're a South African or you're a foreigner, you're not complying with the laws. You're not complying with the bylaws. So your business must be shut down because it's a big threat. We don't know who is killing the kids. So your business operating is a big threat. But I want you to listen to something and listen to how this woman speaks and listen to her, what she says when she's told that, are you ready to allow our own South African people to lose their businesses? Listen to what she said.
There's been a mixed reaction to the Gauteng government's decision to suspend food sales at schools until further notice. Now, it follows numerous cases of suspected food poisoning, which has led to over 20 deaths. Soweto Business Forum Deputy President Palesa Kambule is with us for more on the implications of this. Palesa, a good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to start with this. The move by the Gauteng government to say, all right, let's halt, of course, all of the sale of food within schools. And then this idea of implementing bylaws for spaza shops. Do you agree with the steps taken by Gauteng government?
Good evening, everyone. Oh, yes, we are very much excited with that decision. We are very much happy because this is what we've been crying and praying for, that they have to be something that our government does. So when we are talking that the reason why our children are dying and everything, if our Gauteng government is going to take a step on that and making sure that there is compliance in tax shops, then we welcome that decision with open arms.
Okay, but talk to me about why, because obviously as the Soweto Business Forum, one would expect that as we have heard from many other business structures, organized business structures that have said, well, this move by halting the sale of food in schools and around schools is going to hurt the vendors, the everyday mom and pop small business that we see in some of our communities. And then, of course, the issue of bylaws being a separate issue. But why would you be in support of the halting of food at schools?
We are supporting it because, one, it doesn't matter who is selling. What matters is that people must follow the compliance. You cannot sell food without any kind of certification. And so the Business Forum, all our members, we welcome them. If they are not registered in running any business, that's the first step we do. Because you have to understand, people must understand that if we are doing business and we don't have compliance, that means rent does not circulate. Once something in our townships will sit in one places for 10 years without any growth or development because of not circulation of that rent. So you cannot sell food, especially to children, without proper compliance and expect that just because there is a high rate of unemployment in the township, that's something that can be defensive. No, we are losing children here. We are losing lives. And it's not only children, even us as adults. So you cannot expect that just because for the sake of selling, you are selling. But now here we are talking of food. We are not talking of tires. We're talking of food.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone denies the seriousness of it. But I imagine that if you are an informal trader in some of these communities, you may have a different view. In fact, we've spoken to a few informal traders, Palesa, and if you allow me just to play you this clip, and you then hear the concerns that are being raised by informal traders as they try and give this a bird's eye view. Listen to this.
Angibona ukuthi bekumele ugovernment athathe lesi sinqumo asithathile. Bona kufanele bafune ukuthi inkinga ekuphi. Bangathatha ama shortcut ngoba the way sibona ngakhona bathatha ama shortcut. Abanye bethu ngalesikhathi kufika lama letter lawo. Besibuye ko stock istock esiningi sigcwele akasazi manje ukuthi sizosishonisa phi ngoba sebesikhiphile ezikolweni.
Yeah. There you have it. And if you didn't get it, let me give you a quick translation, because obviously you weren't able to see the captions at the bottom. Balisa, the government shouldn't have taken such a rushed decision. The focus should have been on finding the source of these suspected foodborne illnesses. Some of us had already bought new stock when the letters of suspension came. Now we don't know what to do with those products. That street vendor in that clip, what do you say to her?
I'm saying, why is he's trading illegal? Because he wants to sell food. Let's not take shortcuts as us, as businesses. Let us do and follow the right procedures. There's no need that we are saying every time there is this percentage of informal traders. Why informal traders? When you are talking of informal traders, you are talking a very long chain. That means that person is not registered, is not known anywhere. That person does not pay tax. What is the main reason of starting a business? Is to make sure that you, at the end, you are going to develop your place and your society. So that was a very good decision. I'm still saying it, that the government took. Because we've been crying to the government, saying it must do and take an action.
Hi, Nimzwede, right? So she doesn't care if our South African mothers are losing their businesses. As long as they are not complying, they shouldn't be in business. She doesn't care if these people, their businesses are closed and are not allowed to sell outside of schools to kids in schools. As long as the kids are not dying, their businesses must close. As long as they're not complying, the businesses must close. But is the education given to majority of the street vendors about the legality of their businesses, about registering these businesses, about where do you even go to get a permit that you are following the bylaws? Where do you even go to have the permits to sell the type of food you're selling? Who do you consult? Who do you call? Where do you go and watch content that will teach you these things? Do you go to Operation Tutula? Are they teaching people these things? Do you go to the Patriotic Alliance? Are they teaching small businesses how to not break the law, how to operate within the framework of the law? Where do you go? Who do you consult? Who do you call? What do you say when you call them? Is there any education to benefit our people before they even lose their jobs? Can maybe they know what to do for them to fix this issue and for them to stay in business because they will be complying? These are all questions, I'm asking, because many people are going to lose their jobs. Many South Africans are going to lose their small businesses. Many South Africans are not complying with the laws, guys. We have to come to that reality. I've asked around. I do my due diligence. I asked around. I found out many South Africans don't comply with the bylaws. So you can only imagine how many people will lose their small businesses. But it is what it is. Thank you very much.